Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for getting up early. Looks like not everyone stayed out late in Washington, but thank you so much for inviting me to be here this morning. And thanks to Heath Sutton. To give you a little history, actually, we go back a very long way. I won't tell you who won the baseball game, but we actually played against each other when we were 12 years old and 13. And so I did not know many other Heaths. And so to play against someone who also was the catcher on the team and have the same name, Heath. And now our kids play ball together, we coach together, and we've gotten to know each other far more than outside the industry and talking about the industry and his situation, oxygen. But actually became a very, very one of my closest friends. And so to have one of your closest friends who advocates on your behalf every single time we see each other, I mean, you got a great lobbyist full time.
Here, here.
Well, obviously, when it really comes down to it, and when you start talking about the industry and the impact that CMS has had on the competitive bidding standpoint, and even some of the other legislation where they, you have to tell a personal story about what was the impact of having that home health care, someone coming to your home and being able to give you a product or giving you the equipment that can lead someone to lead a better and healthier lifestyle. My grandmother was taking care of my grandfather. He had had a severe stroke, a non-smoker. Neither had smoked, but he had also had some cardio problems. He had issues, and he needed to go on oxygen. And when you start to realize that once he went on oxygen, his quality of life escalated unbelievably. And it was almost like that was the miracle prescription that was given to him to be able to live a quality lifestyle. Just he was using it while he was around the house. And so you start to realize, and then my grandmother calls and says, there's a problem here that now they want me to take care of the piece of equipment. I don't know how to run this. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to regulate it. And so you start to realize that was a prescription that was written by the doctor that is helping them live a quality lifestyle. Well, that would be the same thing from a cardiac standpoint if you were on Coumadin, and then all of a sudden after 3 years you got to start making it yourself. So we have to make sure that we advocate on behalf of giving those personal stories. Giving those personal stories to the members of Congress. When you get the opportunity to go speak to them, I promise you they will have someone that has been on oxygen or had some of your other medical products that will be able to tell a story ultimately, or give them the opportunity. Bring in one of the pieces of equipment, set it down, and say, can you fix this for me? Can you regulate this for me? Because what will happen is they will either have to help their parents, or they will have to help someone in their family help regulate that. They don't have the time, they don't have the expertise to be able to do that. So tell them those personal stories to members of Congress. And I know you guys don't have a lobby to the members of Congress. Give them the personal stories. That's what they want to hear. Because they too will give you that personal story that they have, just like I do. Advocating on the Hill is very exciting. Sometimes you'll only get an opportunity to meet with the staff, and sometimes you feel disappointed. But trust me, I couldn't do anything without my staff. My staff is just, I feel like I've got the best staff on the Hill. Aaron Doty in my office and Jed Buddha do an incredible job. And when they listen, and we get an opportunity to be able to sit down and discuss the policy at hand, they're the ones that's actually helping write the legislation, or they're helping out with the Dear Colleague letters, or they're actually talking to other staff members to be able to cultivate those relationships to get them on the piece of legislation. And from what I understand, when they talk about the competitive bidding, we now have 152 co-sponsors of the legislation to ask CMS to eliminate the competitive bidding. 152, that's a great start. And we're going to continue to add more and more to that. And we want to get to the opportunity that we have so many that CMS can't deny us the opportunity to say, we've got to eliminate the competitive bidding process. So we get to that. And people think, well, competitive bidding must be good. You're talking about in a situation that you're going to have lack of access to homes, unqualified companies having the opportunity to bid in an area or a field that they have no expertise in. You're going to not have that. I mean, I've been with Heath on the baseball field, and he's gotten a call, and they're out of oxygen. Or something's happened to a piece of equipment. If that was a big corporation, or someone who didn't know about it, he personally went himself. That's the type of small businesses, and in a time in which we need small businesses more than ever, we need to make sure that and it's unfortunate the economy is where it is today. But you always try to find that silver lining around every cloud. This is an opportunity to make sure that we go to CMS and say, we can't allow these small businesses to fall based upon the decisions you have. You've never ran a small business. You've never had to worry about making payroll. We got to make sure we keep our small businesses together. So on behalf of Beth and everybody that works within your industry, and it's been so helpful within my office, you guys have done a great job. Continue pressing your members of Congress, both on the House and the Senate, to ask them to keep small businesses alive. And when you look at it from a small business standpoint, and you look at it from the quality of care that you provide for your patients, I think you're going to be able to shed some light on what I feel is an opportunity for you to grow your small businesses and to make sure that the patients have a better quality of life because of the services you provide for them. So press to them, give them small, give them stories that you have, because each and every one of you have a story. It may be someone who lives, that you provide service to, that has no one else. There's no siblings, there's no children, there's no one else involved in their life. But talk about the person who goes out and services that product and say, listen, that's their lifeline to the outside world. If it wasn't for you providing that service to them, their quality of life would diminish quickly. So tell those stories, listen, and members of Congress will listen. The staff will listen. So keep up your hard work. I'm so proud of the work that you've done, and to be able to make a better quality of life for the people who need your services. I am very grateful to you, and thank you for inviting me again. And you guys have a great team that you've compiled together. Keep up your hard work, and Heath, thank you again for your friendship more than ever. Thank you.